Hello from APEX FTE Asia Expo here in Singapore. I'm delighted to be joined by Akuila Batiweti, Chief Customer Officer at Fiji Airways. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And you spoke in the Premium Conference today in a fantastic session focused on the end-to-end customer experience. What were some of the key messages you shared in the session?
One of the key messages I shared was how do we not let technology overrun the human touch, and how important it is still to have that interaction between our staff, especially our cabin crew, and our guests. And while we love to automate and we love to get more digitally enabled, I still feel like the best interactions we have with our guests is through our cabin crew.
Fantastic. And how do you create truly unique, memorable and differentiated experiences for all guests?
Well, I think it's easy for us because for Fiji, we're in a unique position. We're a small island nation, and so for us, it's us sharing our culture, our authenticity as a people, and our happiness. And I think it's easy for us to create and share with our guests.
And what are the current main focus areas for you in terms of the customer experience?
Right now is one of the things I call it the 3-minute piece, and so that is how do I automate in some cases, how do I get efficiencies to allow our cabin crew 3 more extra minutes on a flight to interact with our guests. So how do I buy enough time for our cabin crew to get another extra 3 minutes, and the impact of just a little bit more of the conversations that they have with our guests, it goes a very long way.
Fantastic. And which areas of the travel journey, whether pre-trip, in-flight or post-trip, do you believe hold the greatest potential for innovation?
Oh, I think it is. I think it's post-trip at this stage. You know, we've done a lot of airlines and technology companies have done a lot on the pre-trip and everything to get guests to book. I think it's what happens after to get them back and the memorable experiences and building on that. That's the future.
And technology often promises to reduce friction, but of course travelers also value that human connection. So how can airlines use innovative tech, whether AI, automation or other technologies, to really improve the customer experience without losing that personal touch?
Well, I think it touches a little bit on what I shared earlier. It is how do we buy ourselves more time? And so if, for example, like meal order taking, how do we automate that? How do we find efficiencies there that just gives the crew a bit more time to do the interactions that we want them to do. So it is whether it's the boarding experience and others, how do we just buy our team a little bit more time to spend with guests?
Fantastic. And how do you ensure that experiences remain consistent both in the digital and in-person channels, especially as customer expectations continually evolve?
Well, I think for digital, it's making sure that everything's connected. And you know what, airlines are notorious for having systems upon systems, programs and different suppliers. And so it is how do we bring all of it to talk to each other? That's still the challenge today. And I think for the people side, it comes down to consistency, comes down to training. We spend a lot of time training our cabin crew. Today versus pre-COVID, we spend, cabin crew will spend up to 20-25 days a year in training versus 4 or 5 previously.
That's fantastic. And just finally, how has your experience been here at APEX FTE Asia Expo, and what have you most enjoyed about the event?
Oh, I love it. This is my 3rd time coming here, and I love it because I can meet some familiar people and some familiar faces. We had some great connections, met some new people, some new airline partners, and you know we've just exchanged a lot of information amongst each other. A lot of us face the same problems today. And just to share what each of us is doing, that's been amazing. The sessions, so good. And we just want to thank the organizers, thank Dr. Joe Leader and the team behind everything. I think it's a great showcase.
That's fantastic, and thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with our audience today.
Thank you so much.